Good morning, friends. In this class, we will be discussing regarding the sampling error. In previous video, I have dealt with the sampling error, that is explanation given in Malayalam. In this video, we will be discussing in English. So, sampling is done to determine the characteristics of a whole population. As you know that, why we are doing the sampling? So, it is doing to determine the characteristics of a whole population. The difference between the sample and sampling values is considered as a sampling error. So what do you mean by sampling error? It is a difference between the sample and the particular population value. So sampling error is the difference between the sample and population values. So sampling error is incurred when the statistical characteristics of a population are estimated from a sample of that population. So sampling error is incurred when the statistical characteristics of a population are estimated from a sample of that population. The sample does not include all members of the population, as we know that when we are taking a sample from the target population or particular population, all the members are not included in the particular sample, and also the statistics on the sample such as means, proportions, etc. generally differ from statistics on the entire population. So whatever sample we are taking, we are only doing the particular interpretation or analysis for the particular sample. So the whole other population is remaining. So it will be difference. The difference between the sample and the population value is considered as the sampling error. Next, we will move on to one example, that is, if one measures the height of 1,000 individuals from a place of 1 lakh, the average height of the 1,000 is typically not the same as the average height of all the 1 lakh people of that place. Since sampling is typically done to determine the characteristics of a whole population, the difference between the sample and population values is considered as sampling error. So as I told that, we are taking from 1 lakh population, we are taking 1,000 people, and we are calculating the average height of that particular 1,000 people. And just to imagine, balance people are there from the 1 lakh population, 1,000 people we had taken, and balance people are there, their average height will be different. So there is an error. Since sampling is typically done to determine the characteristics of a whole population, the difference between the sample and population value is considered as sampling error. Then the exact measurement of sampling error is generally not feasible since the true population values are unknown. So we will see the characteristics of sampling error. First characteristic is sampling error decreases as the sample size increases. So whenever the sample size is increasing, sampling error is decreasing. Then sampling error depends on the size of the population under study. Sampling error depends on the variability of the characteristics of interest in the population. Sampling error can be accounted for and reduced by an appropriate sampling plan. The process of randomization and probability sampling minimizes sampling error. So the characteristics are sampling error generally decreases as the sample size is increasing. Sampling error depends on the size of the population under study. Sampling error depends on the variability of the characteristics of interest in the population. Sampling error can be accounted for and reduced by an appropriate sampling plan. The process of randomization and probability sampling minimizes the sampling error. Hope you are understanding my classes. So please share and subscribe. Share to your friends also. Thank you.